How's it going, guys? Gabe here from RC Cincy, and I was getting ready to go outside and actually bash this truck. Unfortunately, it just started raining from a pop-up shower, and you know how they are, they pop up for a minute and disappear the next, so it might clear out. I might still have time to take it outside, but if not, I got these little Shaun White little kicker ramps. They're good for skateboards and RCs. I ran a lot of my nitros off of those and ramped a lot. So basically what I'm going to do is just come through the kitchen, ramp it, and see what kind of air I could get. This is the, I guess it's the Hosim, Hosim, 1/16 scale truck. This was featured on my channel. It is the Spirit Blue. You get this, I think, in green and red. This thing works really well. It has a 500 milliamp battery, all the specs. It has a 360 motor. All the other specs should be on the unboxing and the bash run for this. I wonder if you could put lights there. That'd be pretty cool. I never really paid attention to that. We could put a pretty cool little place to put some LED lights there. All in all, this is a fun truck. It's quick, it's peppy. It actually pulls a wheelie on the carpet. Let me go ahead and show you guys that. That's one thing. These seem to get a lot more grip on the carpet, and it actually will pull a wheelie. Let me turn the throttle away. Actually, it'll do more than a wheelie. Let me come back. You don't even have to reverse. Well, you have to just gun it. It'll get so much grip that it'll literally do a backflip in reverse. That's how aggressive the reverse is too. Watch this. Oh. So, it has a lot of grip, a lot of power, a lot of torque, really fast, about a 35-km/h car, maybe a little bit faster than that. I'm not sure what the miles per hour translates to. I think it's like 20-something miles per hour, which is about 24, 25, something like that. So what I'm going to basically do is I'm just going to line it up and hopefully get some air for you guys inside the house. Oh, hit that completely wrong. You got to watch that. Now, I noticed even with my nitros, lining up is the most important part. If you can't line up to hit it, it's just not going to work. So, let me back up. Should really turn down the throttle sensitive. Now, what I like about this, it does have a throttle sensitivity. You can turn this down if you get to a kid, and the steering trim does work pretty well. If you bash it real hard, it can change the way you're. So it's drifting to my. Looks like left. Let's go just a hair to the right. Pretty good. It's got a lot of torque, so it kind of messes with it a little bit too. It is four-wheel drive. So that gets a decent amount of little air. And that's not even, probably I'd say full throttle. Let me see how much speed it gets. Wow. I get some pretty big air. I was really, honestly, it just started raining. I'm going to try to go up the backwards and do a backflip. Did conquer it though. Believe it or not, this truck does really well for a 1/16 scale. The only thing I honestly would take these kind of RCs to the next level is I noticed they put these really bouncy springs on them. They have no oil, nothing to kind of make it more soft. It's just so soft, it just kind of flops around, and that's the only gripe about these. If they were to put oil-filled shocks in these, they would be next level RCs. It's pretty cool actually ramping that backwards. It's peppy, really fun. One of my favorite cars. It's about 60 bucks off of Amazon. You can get it from those Chinese sites, probably a little bit cheaper, I'd imagine. It just takes longer to get. I knew Amazon would get it to me in a couple of days. I've not had any issues buying anything off Amazon, nor should I say I've had any issues buying anything off of GearBest or Banggood. I've even got something from T-Mart, and they were good as well. It just takes longer, honestly. Anywhere from 5 to 15 days, depending on what you order and how you ship it. So, if you want it faster, you do have to pay quite a bit more. Hit it a couple more times. Oh, I get some good air. I would want to definitely see this outside. I'm kind of keeping out an eye once it's done raining. I could go out there if it's a little wet. This says it has a splash resistant. It's an IPX4, something like that, waterproof. So it's supposed to be really splash resistant. There's like puddles, as long as it doesn't get above the height of the chassis, you should be fine supposedly. So I haven't really tested that out. I know I've driven it once with the grass wet. The only other experience, honestly, with these electric vehicles I had is the 12428. Pretty hard. Man, it just... I haven't managed to break it yet. There's got some kind of a service saving system in it. I bashed it pretty hard outside. I flipped it and rolled it on concrete. I've hit walls in here. Ramps really well. It's a little bouncy, but it seems to absorb it. So, I'm going to try to change the view of it. Let me flip this around for you guys, give you different perspectives of ramping. I was going to set up another camera, but I don't have a tripod for it. I only have a head mount for it, so I apologize about that. Try to get another tripod set up. And get more than one view, that'd be nice. And it lands it every time. I haven't yet ramped and flipped. I'm sure you can manage in the air by giving it throttle, lifting the front up, brake obviously making it go forward. I've ramped nitros and was pretty successful ramping them, as long as you were able to hit the ramp straight on, obviously. That's the only key. Let's try this. That's a little too aggressive. That slope on the back side of it, it'll actually ramp it. Sometimes it'll ramp and clear it, sometimes it'll just flip over. I was trying to get it to do a backflip. Trying to hit from the side, see if it would do roll to the side, a barrel on it. I haven't gotten a good one yet. Let me try a couple more ramps. It seems like I've been missing and not hitting it really well. It says slightly tilted. There we go. Let me get a little momentum. Get lined up here. Man, it feels so fast. I just like riding wheelies in the house. It almost jerks it, that's how much torque I have. That was a good one. So, this is pretty interesting. It is a really fun vehicle. I plan on taking these up to my job where I work at. We have a gravel pit / dump site. There's plenty of big dirt, mountains, basically, gravel, everything you could ever want for that. So, it's pretty perfect. Sorry about the dog barking. I think she went in another room and he's trying to follow her. So, it runs really well. Let's try to pop another wheelie. It'll pop such an aggressive wheelie. I actually land on its backside. It almost needs a wheelie bar now. The asphalt outside doesn't get as much traction. It'll kind of spin. And it won't really ride a wheelie. It kind of lift up the front. You'll see it trying to, just like the 1248, but I guess it's a traction issue, maybe. For some reason, the other day we driven the 1248 kind of on our, not trying to do a video or anything, and we backed it a little bit on a street, drove it up and down the street, drove through grass and stuff, and I didn't notice it getting that warm. I guess either the ECU burned out or the motor burned out on it. I guess from the grass or I don't know what, or something else might have gone wrong. I hope the battery didn't crap out, which I don't see it happening because I've got pretty good charges out of it. I will try another battery, but I think it's the ECU and motor. So hopefully I get that squared away and bash these together. I did want to not do so much a comparison, but I kind of wanted to bash them together, see each other's capabilities. That'd be a cool video, I think. Did it stop raining? And it totally did. So let's go outside. So I'm just gonna grab this tripod, the car, and the ramp. Since I'm so close, it's making a weird noise. Did it stop? It's still kind of sprinkling. I'll do a couple quick ramps. Shouldn't hurt it. We quickly hit it in the street a couple times. I'm gonna put the ramp out right here. Set up the camera off to the side. And we're gonna try to hit it with some speed, so see what happens. Tires are not getting that much grip. It's kind of smoking the tires. Oh! I completely hit that the wrong way. This is a lot of fun. Can't be out here long because I really don't want to get the camera wet. That was a good ramp. Oh. Lands it every time. Let me go a little further back because it does get some air. Like quite a bit of air. I'm actually really surprised. Let me make sure it's in the footage. I'm gonna set up about 3 of these, maybe 4 of them. I had a section, I think, that made one of them a tabletop. I don't think I'll make using that. Oh, that was terrible. Like I said, top speed isn't the craziest, but it has plenty of torque, which is fun to drive. Oh, I see that coming. Let me sit in front of it. It's easier to line up, I noticed, if you kind of sit in front of your ramp, like looking down it, that way you can see if you're lined up or not. That's a good one. Getting quite a bit of air. I'm actually surprised. That was a good one. That was a really good one. Ah, missed it. It doesn't get as stuck as you think it would on grass. As long as you get lined up. And it got out. So there you have it. The Hosim, whatever, however you say it, 16 scale Spirit for 60 bucks. It can ramp really well. It can bash really well using just a little Shaun White kicker ramp. And it works really well. So I guess that's it. It's raining. It's starting to pick up a little bit more in the sprinkle. I don't want to get my camera too wet. So I'm going to go ahead and go inside. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, this is pretty splash, but it's pretty water resistant. Just make sure you do dry it off, unplug it, turn it off. Make sure you take the lid off, you know, dry a little bit. Just a little maintenance here and there, but that's pretty much it for me. So I want to thank you guys for watching this quick little bashing video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.